Hello, this is Smita Kumar, and you're watching Medicircle. Today, on our healthcare startup series, we have Dr. Arpit Jayswal with us. Arpit is the founder and CEO of PhleboIndia, a Gurugram based startup. PhleboIndia is an online aggregator platform which connects labs and patients by providing a time bound solution for home collection of all lab test samples from anywhere at and any time to the patient's preferred lab. Plebo India has collected 500 plus samples in Vadodara alone and has an overall network of 500 plus partner labs. As diagnosis plays a very important role when we are trying to be more conscious about our health, because as soon the diagnosis is being done, the doctors and the medical professionals are more able to know about the systems and they are able to suggest further treatments. So more and more diagnostic labs will be definitely promoting good health for all of us. So let's find out what is their offering. Hi, Dr. Arpit. Welcome to Medicircle Healthcare Startup Series.
Yeah, hello.
Uh, so, as the founder of Flepo India, tell us more about this healthcare startup of yours, when you started and how it started.
So actually, if you see the diagnostic market as far as the India is concerned, it is totally fragmented and unorganized market. So being a doctor and being a medical professionals and being in the healthcare since 8 to 10 years, this is a very big pain point when we talked about the diagnostic and the sample collection from the home or the OPD based sample collection. So the market was totally fragmented and unorganized. So that came into my mind that I should make a such system with using the technology by giving a time-bound services and doing a standardized services. So it will ease for the people to have a blood collection, from the doorstep rather than hassling to going to the lab by distance of few kilometers and then hassling for the parking and then again exposed to the so many patients over in the lab, filling a multiple form and waiting over there, and it is all wasting of time. So if for food it's like Zomato, Swiggy is there, like for the hotels is the OYO is there, then why not there should be some system in the diagnostic market. So that came up in my mind and I have started just 4 months back. We are live in the Vadodara, along with the Gurgaon, Hyderabad, Indore, Bhopal, Surat, and Ahmedabad. So we are live currently in the 7 cities of the India and planning to cover 100 cities across the India, which includes the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 within the 3 years of range, where we can provide the time-bound standardized services from the lab. Being an aggregator of lab, here we are giving option to the patient to choose the lab. So that is the biggest thing, that I don't want to change patient's lab, right? So everybody do prefer a lab in everybody's home. Since long years there will be a lab where they are getting blood test and they have trust and the comfort level to getting from that. So I'm just providing end-to-end supply chain logistic solution, which is a time bound and through which patient get services from their lab at their doorstep, within just 60 minutes of the booking. So that is very important actually.
And as a phlebotomist plays a very important role in the diagnosis process, that he or she actually collects the lab sample from the patient and then further processes it to the lab so that further testing and other things can be done on that. Dr. Arpit, here I would like to ask that you are offering something. How is it different? Like, suppose if there are different labs, like Suburban is there, Metropolis is there, they are also having their own home collection systems. Still, you are also facilitating home collection for them. So how does this differentiator works? Like, why they would be opting to go through Flepo India and not through the home collection center of their preferred lab?
Yeah, so basically, there are many other digital platforms which also provide the home sample collection services. So the biggest difference is that, like, I am empowering the local labs. I am giving option to patient to choose the lab. While in other digital platform, there is no option to choose the lab. You have to go with their lab only. So that is the first biggest difference, that here I am giving freedom to the patient to choose the lab. I am not forcing them. Like, we have data of more than 1,000 lab at present. and we are onboarding all the labs available in the cities. So each city we do have more than 200 labs on our platform. So which includes the national labs and also a local labs. So here we are giving option to the patient. That's the biggest freedom, that patient has to choose from which lab they want to get the test done. So that is the biggest difference between the other digital platform where they are providing the home sample collection services, and between the PhleboIndia, that here patient can choose from any lab. That
So
is the first.
small labs
Second is,
have such kind of as automation or websites where they can actually promote home collection.
yes,
So
yes. So I do have a mobile application in iOS as well as in Android, where one can access all the labs available in the cities through my mobile app, and they can book the test from the app also.
and what are your
So
prime
second,
priorities over other
yeah. So second biggest
companies?
difference is like the other digital platform who are providing the home sample services. Their lab is available only in the tier one cities. So if patient book the test from the tier two or tier three cities, their samples travel through thousands of kilometers to the tier one cities, which again raise the question of the quality,
Yes.
because the cold chain logistic is very important in case of blood test. And as far as the routine test, I'm not talking about the special test. Out of 100, 85% are test are routine test, like thyroid, diabetes, malaria, dengue, the hemoglobin level and all. So for that, travel time is a very big issue. As technically I know, being a doctor, so I don't know how they just take the sample and they send to thousands of kilometers away from the patient home, and patient will get the report after 24 to 48 hours, which again doesn't justify. So here in my case in PhleboIndia, we are very strict with the TET. TET is a turnaround time. So for example, if for diabetes report the turnaround time is 2 hours, so we are providing report within 2 hours only. And patient sample is traveling to the local lab only. So it is less than 1 hour for us. So that is again a biggest different between other digital platform and the PhleboIndia. Third is like they are more keen to provide health checkup services. So if you see the data, less than 5% of the population are interested in the full body checkup or health checkup, while in PhleboIndia we are providing the prescriptive testing. The patient who are ill, the patient who has prescription from the doctor, and they want to get done blood test from the home. So the one who are the ill and they want to test it from the home, they that kind of patients are 95% of the population. So we are also doing health checkups, but we are moreover on the prescriptive rather than the preventive testing. So that is the biggest difference between the other platform and the PhleboIndia. One more is like other platform provides so many services like doctor consultation. They are selling wellness product. They are selling pharmacy also. So they are doing lots of things, while we are purely and purely dedicated to home sample collection services only. So we can provide the best quality, which will be the time bound and in the standardized manner.
And as you have started for the last 4 months, so how many lives you have touched so far?
So we have crossed more than 5,000 patients.
And that's good. And as is your startup still bootstrapped or you have raised some funding?
Yeah, it's a bootstrap at present.
And what were your revenues in FY 2022 and what you're planning to close at the end of?
So we have started in 4 months back, and that too we have operational since 2 months. In 2 months, we have done the revenue of 25 lakhs only,
Okay.
and our planning for the next year, the whole 2023. So by December 2023, the revenue would be nearby 125 CR.
Yeah. And what are your goals and expansion plans?
So my goals is that I want to do expansion across the globe, and we'll cover the, as I said, we'll cover the 100 tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 cities in first 3 years, where everyone will get time bound and standardized services as far as the home testing is concerned. Because if you see the post covid, so many new diseases arise and people become more health conscious, and everyone wants everything at a doorstep, whether it's a grocery or whether it's a fashionable product or whether it's a health related product. So I am trying to make this sector in a full organized manner by using the high end technology and on the automation.
Okay, and there are a lot of startups who are also working great in the diagnostic center. The estimated worth of this Indian diagnostic center is about $10 billion, and it is growing
Yes.
at a CAGR of 14% at present. Although diagnostic services contribute to about less than 5% of the overall healthcare industry, that's really strange. Their critical nature can be accessed from the fact that the remaining 95% of the expenditure are based on the results obtained. It was deduced from a recent study that there is one diagnostic lab per 10,000 people by the most optimistic estimate in rural and semi urban areas. 74% of these existing labs are primarily concentrated either in the urban areas or near the hospitals, leaving the vast swathes of the rural India uncovered. Of the nearly 1.1 lakh medical laboratories in India, in this country, whose the test reports determine over 70% of the medical decisions, just about 1,039 are accredited. So first problem is definitely that we have very few diagnostic centers, especially in the rural India, and also those who are, very few of them are accredited. So again, we do you have something like this validation or something where you are onboarding only such labs which are NABL? Again, any
Yeah, yeah, we are.
in the rural areas, especially in the rural areas. So what is the scenario in terms to accreditations, NABL accreditations in the rural India, Doctor?
Yeah, so if you've seen in last 1 to 2 year, the government it started aggressively for the NABL accreditation, across the India as far as the laboratory is concerned, and it's a very fast process from the government point of view. So they are doing really good thing, and yeah, we do have criteria to listed on board that the lab should be NABL accredited. It should be run by the pathologist. There will be some QC related thing as far the blood report is concerned. And in next 5 years, with the Phlebo India, I am also planning to standardize all the labs available on my platform, whether it's a accreditation or whether it's a pathologist related issue or whether it's a QC related issue, and even the MRP part also. So during this time, yeah, I feel that in next 3 to 5 years, the more number you will get of lab as the NABL accreditation.
That's good. And any piece of learning you would like to share with the fellow entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so being an entrepreneur, it is all about the working hard. One have to dedicate it towards the your concept, your goal, your idea. So if your idea is good and solving the problem of the people in the country, then definitely it is going to work. And one should diversify him or herself in the entrepreneurship. As as the government data suggests that last 2 years there are more than 65,000 startup in the India. So yeah, people become more aware, and they are come up with their ideas and the concept and the goal. So doing a hard work and giving a dedication towards the goal and the idea, it's the key point of the success. That's what I believe.
And definitely, Medicircle is also playing a pivotal role in the Startup India movement because, as a dedicated and responsible healthcare media platform, we always bring up new innovations and talk to healthcare entrepreneurs who are making our lives easier, especially making healthcare easily consumed, just like we book a cab or we book a hotel stay. Just the way we can easily book our diagnostic test, we can also find a good hospital for a planned medical treatment, and how that is through this healthcare startup series where we interview entrepreneurs like Dr. Arpit and find out what are their products and offerings. So like common man person may be knowing that okay, there is something like an app is there where they can actually find out. And definitely we should always focus also that whether these services are accessible, available and affordable in the rural area also. We are having so many startups who are actually focusing in the rural Bharat, in the actual Bharat where there is 68.89% of population. So more the rural population, we need to have more such services for the rural India. Thank you so much, Dr. Arpit, for joining us today. We wish you and Phlebo India all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Medicircle.